Hey YouTube, my name is John Curtis, and today I'm going to give you guys a brief overview of my company that I'm trying to start. It's called 5C Auto, right out of Waukesha, Wisconsin, a little west of Milwaukee. Curtis and Curtis Custom Classic Cars is what it's called, 5C. I guess I'm just going to give you guys a brief overview of what we're all about. We're all about creating those 1960s, 1970s muscle cars back to life, resurrecting them, giving them a second chance on life, making them those iconic American steel muscle cars that everyone was looking for. All the kids that age were dreaming about, hoping that they would have that car when they got their license. And that's our whole deal, to give people that drive back, that intensity, that feeling that they get, that rush, that adrenaline when they get into one of these old cars and they turn it over for the first time and they hear that motor roaring and they just feel like they're transported back in the 60s with tasteful modifications done to it to make it look like it came out of the factory stock. So I'm going to turn the camera around, show you the first car we're doing. It's a 1967 Buick Riviera, not the GS version. It has a 430 big block automatic transmission in it. But, you know, I've said enough. Why don't we turn the camera on, and I'll show you what we've been working on. Alrighty, here we have the 1967 Buick Riviera frame. It is a big frame. It's about 17 feet long. I would guess it weighs in the range from 1,500 to 1,900 pounds. It's a big frame. The X piece here that you see, where the drive shaft goes through, is where it gets most of its weight from. It's a very heavy car, weighs in about 4,500 to 4,700 pounds, I think, with the motor and transmission in it. So it's a very heavy car. With the body on, it's probably about 18 feet long, 18 and a half feet long. So yeah, it's a big car, like I said. All four disc brakes, or 4 drum brakes, not disc brakes. Let me correct myself there. They are 12-inch diameter aluminum drum brakes. What we've done to the drums is we've put new wheel cylinders in, new primary, secondary springs all around the brakes. The bearings we're not going to replace because they are brand new, actually, from the previous owner. So we don't need to replace those. And yeah, we just freshened them up, made them better than what we got them for, made them better than how we got them. So, you know, that's good. We freshened them up. We made them, I think, perform a little better, but we won't really see until we actually get the car back together and driving. So another thing that we did with the brakes was we got a complete bent stainless steel kit from Original Parts Group Incorporated out of California. It comes pre-bent, ready to go. All you have to do is put everything together, make sure it's nice and tight and all the bends are proper so it doesn't hit like this power steering pump and stuff like that. But like I said, it's a beautiful system. Beautiful system. We have all new brake lines for the brakes themselves, and that'll just, you know, hook up like that and whatnot. The frame was completely sandblasted. Everything was sandblasted. There's no rust left on it anywhere, and it has been painted, not powder coated, to stick with the originality, the original times. And it's a semi-gloss black, high industrial paint. It's super durable. I mean, super durable. You can see where some of the rust has been. Maybe you can't see that, but you can see a little pitting around there. That's a body mount. That's a body mount for the body. We're going to have new shocks put in, front and back. New brake lines across the differential. And yeah, that's essentially what we've done so far. We just freshened up, make it look nice, make it look presentable, and like it came almost out of the factory. Except with little modification, little things that make it look good, like stainless steel brake line. You don't have to touch them again. You know, they're not going to rust in this Wisconsin winter or this Wisconsin salt. You know, that's the good part, is that we're trying to make it non-corrosive as we can, which is good. And what we have to do so far, and then the frame's ready, and then the body is ready to get dropped back on, is we have to put the exhaust tubes in, both sides, front and rear, dual exhaust, and then we have to get the brake lines finished up, put the brackets in for the brake lines, put new rubber on the exhaust mounts, and there's one other thing I forgot. Oh, we have to attach the rear brakes. I have to still put the rear brakes back in. I have the drums, or not the drums, the shoes sitting over there in the box. We have to put those back on, and then we're ready to go. Hook up the rear, we're ready to go. Then we can put the body back on, and body's actually at paint right now, getting body work done. When we got it, there was like literally no rust on it. I mean, when people say there's no rust, there might be rust on the other side, on the bottom. There is no rust. When I'm saying no rust, I really mean no rust. I have pictures of the car when we got it and when we took the body off. So when I mean no rust, I really mean there was almost no rust on this car. So the car originally came from Oregon. So like I said, it's a little bit warmer out there. Not as much snow, depending on what part of Oregon you're in. But like I said, it was a little bit better than a Wisconsin car, shall we say. So we're going to walk you over here to the heart of this car, which is the 430 Big Block. Pushes 365 horsepower, 440 foot-pounds of torque. The only upgraded part we put on here is an Edelbrock Performer 455 carb with a Edelbrock 750 CFM carburetor, and not carb for this intake manifold. But otherwise, we've had both heads rebuilt by our machinist, repainted. What else? New gaskets for the heads, intake. New fuel pump, which is not on, obviously. New oil pump gasket and new oil pan gasket. New exhaust gaskets for both sides. Alternator is relatively new, actually. Looks pretty damn new, so I think it's gonna be pretty nice when it's all done. New gaskets for, I mean, just the upper portion has new gaskets. The heads have new valve seals in them. The one thing about this Edelbrock, it has electronic choke to it, 4-barrel. So yeah, I mean, it's all there. Some people would disagree that this is not stock, and you know, it really isn't stock, but it performs and gets way better gas mileage than the original ones did. Way better performance, and it's just going to give me much better horsepower and performance and fuel economy, I believe, with this setup. But I don't know for certain because, like I said, this is really, we didn't have it running when we got it. We didn't have anything running when we had it, so we really don't know how it's going to run until we actually get it tested. And then another thing that people might disagree with me is that in here we have the distributor, obviously that sits, and we have an MSD ignition system to fire better for the spark plugs. So we're going to hide that somewhere in the car, so it looks stock, so it's not just sitting on the fender, you know, taking up space. So like I said, guys, this is it. Oh, we also have a new water pump gasket for the front plate where the fan sits. So just got a lot of new gaskets, a lot of new parts to put on. And like I said, guys, this is the first video of many. Like I said, this is 5C Auto, Curtis & Curtis Custom Classic Cars in Waukesha, Wisconsin. If you like what I'm doing, why don't you go ahead and post down below. And if you have any questions, go ahead and post, and I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can. You know what, guys? This is, like I said, this is many videos to come. I'm trying to start my own business. This car will be for sale in July, I'm hoping. Maybe beginning of August. I'll put a video on for this for sale video. And like I said, just stay in touch. Keep posting. And I'll try and get another video of the exhaust tubes in and the rear brakes attached. So, like I said, guys, to be continued pretty much. Yeah, that's it. See you guys later.